Hello there, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by for daily tarot predictions for, let's see, Thursday, August the 30th. We are going to go ahead and start with Aries right off the bat. So Thursday, August the 30th for Aries, we do have the Five of Swords. Five of Swords does talk about some kind of conflict. I am feeling like for the majority of you, we're looking at inner conflict here. So this is something that you're thinking about that you are conflicted about, Aries. Now, for some of you, this will be conflict with somebody else outside of yourself. For a lot of you, if there is conflict with somebody outside of yourself, it's going to stir up some kind of inner conflict within yourself as well. But for most of you, what we're looking at is inner conflict on Thursday, the 30th, Aries. Okay, Taurus, you are up next. Let's look at you for Thursday, August 30th. Hello there, Tammy Bambi. You're here in plenty of time for that Capricorn. Let's see, Taurus. The card that shows up for you guys is the Six of Arrows. Six of Arrows tells me that you are leaving behind some kind of negative influence on your life. This can be a negative thought pattern, a negative relationship, a negative job. This can be, this could be a negative habit. Something that you know has been holding you back and dragging you down. You're leaving that behind, Taurus. Okay. All right, next for August 30th, Thursday, we're going to be looking at Gemini. Thank you for the thumbs up, whoever gave me that already. Hello there, Irene Bat from Oz. Glad to see you here, my dear. Diane Lennon, welcome back. Freeze Williams, hello, glad to see you. Love, Scorpio style. Sunshine Taylor, glad to see you here, my dear, as well. All right, so we're up to Gemini for Thursday, August the 30th. Here we go. Five of Swords showing up for you, Geminis. I take this as a good card. This does mean the end of some kind of conflict. You are being called upon to be the peacemaker. So it may be you that puts down your weapons first and calls for a truce. Or it may be that you are, shall we say, invited to bring peace between two other parties who can't seem to get on the same page. One way or the other, this is putting you in the position of peacemaker, Gemini. You're hoping for a new job opportunity. That would be fantastic, wouldn't it? We will have a good Scorpio reading for you. Whether we like the situation that comes up or not might be another story. But we will have a good reading. All these readings are good readings. It's my intention to give good, accurate, helpful readings here. Sometimes when you see things ahead of time, sometimes they're not always so happiness-making when we first see them. I don't take that as a bad thing, because my deal with Sacred Spirit is that whatever comes up in these readings is for our highest and best good. So if we need a heads up about something that's coming down the pike that isn't our favorite thing to hear about, then we need that heads up, and we accept it with gratitude, or at least I do. And I hope that you guys can too, because we have free will. We can always modify things if we see them headed our way and we don't like them. La da 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 da. So Cancer, you guys had a few cards fall, but it was way too many to take, which tells me you've probably got a lot on your mind, Cancer. Some of you may actually need to be booking a reading with me. Anytime I see more than 5 cards fall, I know somebody needs a reading with me. You had way more than that. You had like 8 or 10, so I expect to see some Cancers getting on the schedule quickly now. All right, so Cancer, what you got here is the Fool. This is the Fool in reverse, though, and what this means is there is something that you did start basically as a leap of faith, and now that you started it, the new has kind of worn off, and you're sort of questioning whether you want to move forward with it or not. The way this card has come in, I think you are going to choose to move forward with it. I don't think you're going to abandon it. You're going to decide it's worth it to keep moving forward. Up next, we've got Leos. Leo. Okay, Leos. for August 30th, Thursday. Thank you for the thumbs up, guys. I do appreciate it. Or ladies, I should say. La da 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 da, la da 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 da, la da 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 da. Those of you who have shared the video, thank you as well. Okay, Leos. What you have here, my dears, is the Ten of Pentacles. It's actually a very good card. It does talk about feeling nice and secure in material goods and financially. This also talks about taking something to the next level as far as whatever brings you security. I actually have this card come up, even though it's not a Cups card. This card comes up a lot of times for people who are upgrading their relationship, moving in with each other, getting engaged, getting married, going from a non-exclusive relationship to an exclusive relationship. So this card comes up a lot for upgrading relationships. It also comes a lot for things like upgrading your house, upgrading your vehicle, upgrading your cell phone, upgrading anything that makes you feel secure. Maybe you're even getting a better job. Or if you're looking for a job, maybe you're getting a job. But upgrading your sense of security in the tangible world. Okay, so that's for Leos. Excuse me. All right, Virgos, you guys are up next. Happy, happy, happy birthday, Virgos. If you guys want to schedule a live reading with me during your sun sign time, Virgos, always get tongue twisted on that. You can do so, and you get a 25% discount with me for my way of saying happy birthday to you guys, as long as you contact me while it is still your sun sign time. All right, all my contact information is on my website, which is down in the description box below. Okay, let's see about your card. Let's quit with the public service announcements and see about the Virgo card. The Virgo card just flipped right over. We're going to take it. Is this about Virgo or somebody else? Somebody else, okay. Okay, so Virgo, looks to me like you are interacting with somebody who has the potential to become a great leader at some point in time. However, right now, they're still learning about leadership. And they're still learning about people skills, is what I'm hearing. So this person may be a total amateur in leadership, and maybe you're so lucky it's your new supervisor. This is somebody who, at this point in time, thinks that the best way to get people to do things is by manipulating them, or maybe telling them the truth, maybe not telling them the truth. Depends on if it's beneficial for them to meet the objective. Okay, so you're dealing with somebody in a position of authority or a position of leadership who, it's interesting because I've never got this on this card before. I think they have the potential to be a really good leader, but right now they're just learning, and whoever has taught them so far has kind of taught them the conniving ways to be a leader. I think that some of you have the chance to influence this person somehow into understanding that there's a lot more, that integrity goes a long, long ways in a leader. So I'm not quite sure how that interaction is going to go down. I'm sure that it will be interesting, Virgos. That much I'm sure of. So that would be fantastic if some of you would tell me about that in the comments. Anyway, that's what I've got for you the 30th. All right, so next up, we do have Libras. While I'm shuffling for Libras, let me just mention, if any of you would like to schedule a live reading or a 1 or 2 question pre-recorded reading or a Reiki session with me, all you have to do is check out my website to get my contact information and then get a hold of me. My website is www.amista, AMISTA.info, INFO. Once you're there, grab my contact information, get a hold of me. We'll get you scheduled quickly. Libras. Kind of thought I was ready to quit shuffling, and then I felt the need to shuffle more. I don't know that that's ever happened to me before. Are you guys kind of indecisive about what you're focusing on right now? I could do it again, but I'm going to stop right here. I think you guys have more than one focus that are big focuses right now. Okay, so Libras, look at this. We're just talking about focus. You got the Seven of Cups showing up in reverse. This is telling me that you do have a lot of options, Libras, and what you're doing is you are narrowing those down. You're deciding what it is that you are going to make a priority and actually start focusing your energy and effort on that particular thing. That's what this card means for the 30th on Thursday. Okay, so you're going to begin to focus on one thing moving forward on Thursday. Interesting how that tied in with what was going on with the shuffle. Scorpios. Here we go, Freeze. Let's see what we got. La da da da. Oh my goodness. Scorpios, we need to be talking to God. I had so many cards fly. We need readings too. And who was the last one? Cancers? Scorpios and Cancers need readings. So far, this is a water sign thing. Let's see if that happens with Pisces as well. So Scorpios, if you need readings, obviously, pick me. Let's see what our card is. Okay. Woo. Okay, Scorpios. I'm just feeling a little bit before I start talking here. All right. So here we go. We've got the Hierophant showing up in reverse. And what this is telling me is that we have some kind of partnership, Scorpios, that we got into completely willingly and probably even happily, and we are reconsidering that partnership. Now, this very easily could be a marriage with the Hierophant in reverse, but I'm getting word that that's not the case for everybody. There are a few of us Scorpios out there that are married that are reconsidering, oh my God, what did I do to myself? I've got to look at this person again for the rest of my life every single day? Some people are doing that. Not all of us, just some of us. For others of us, this has to do with the job situation that we've committed to, or maybe even we've committed to starting our own business and we're like, whoa, what did I get myself into? This is not what I thought it was going to be. There is some kind of commitment that we have committed to, that's redundant, some kind of type of commitment that we have got ourselves into, Scorpios, that we will be reconsidering. Now, this doesn't mean that we're necessarily getting out of this commitment now. It just means that we're reconsidering, okay, do I really want to keep going with this or not? Okay, so that was for Scorpios. Let's look at Sagittarius. Hello there, Lenice. Glad to see you here, my dear. La da da da. Sagittarius for Thursday, August the 30th. Okay, Sagittarians, what you have coming up here is the Seven of Wands in reverse. Seven of Wands in reverse is just telling me that we have a situation, Sagittarius, where you have set some kind of boundaries with somebody, and now those people are pushing those boundaries. They want to see if you're really going to enforce them or not. Okay, so this could be like saying, you know what, I don't mind you don't mind loaning you money once in a while, but I think that you need to start repaying some of what I've loaned you before I loan you any more. That could be a boundary that you set up. Or it could be, you know, I don't mind giving you a ride to work once in a while, but I can't give you a ride to work every single day because I have things to do for myself in my life. You know, so there's some kind of boundary that you've set up with somebody, and they are trying to see, are you really going to stick by that boundary? Or are they going to be able to knock that boundary right over and just act like you never said anything to them? Okay, that's for you, Sagittarius. You're quite welcome, Freeze. Can't say it's weird till tomorrow, once tomorrow goes by. Because you may know exactly what it is at the end of the day tomorrow. I have a sense I already know what that is. It's probably one of two things. I guess I'll find out which one tomorrow. Capricorns, you guys are up next for Thursday, August the 30th. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. Capricorn, Capricorn. Okay, where Scorpios were thinking about, should I get out of a partnership? Capricorns, you guys are thinking about, should I get into a partnership? You have the ancestor here. So when you've got the ancestor here, this is telling me that you are considering moving forward with some kind of commitment. And the ancestor card is one that asks you to consider the cost before you move forward with that commitment. In other words, don't rush in blindly. Think about what kind of implications this is going to have if you make this commitment, if you take this job, if you agree to this engagement, if you move to this neighborhood, whatever it is that you're thinking about doing, if you change your spiritual path, if you decide to run your own business, count the cost first. This card is not warning, don't do it. This card is saying, before you do this, whatever this commitment is, count the cost. What is this going to exact from you moving forward? And consider, are you willing to sacrifice that for what you're getting out of this commitment? So like for an example, when I decided to go full time with this as a career, I had to count the cost. That meant I definitely had to come out about whether I was psychic or not. I couldn't pretend I was just some little office girl somewhere. Everybody was going to know I was psychic. I was going to be handing out business cards, for Pete's sake. And I had to decide, there's a certain amount of stigma with that. Was I up for whatever stigma might be attached to that, and whatever attitudes people might come at me with about that, and whatever prejudice against me that I might have to deal with? Now, luckily for me, there hasn't been a lot of that, but I had to think about this. This card came up. I had to think about those things and decide, am I ready for this? And part of the reason that we have to count the cost before we make a big decision to commit to something is because if you've counted the cost before you commit, you kind of know what's coming up. You kind of have a heads up, and you've also kind of thought about, what would I do if? Okay, if you don't count the cost and then you go in blindly, then it's a lot easier for you to be deterred from your mission. And you don't want to start something that's a big commitment and then be deterred from the mission. You want to complete it. So this is a part of preparation. It's not saying don't do it. It's just saying, are you really up for it? Make sure you're really up for it before you start it. Okay, so that's what you've got, Capricorn, for Thursday. Sarah C., hey, I hope that was helpful for you, my dear. All right, so Aquarius, you guys are up next for Thursday, August the 30th. Aquarius. Oh, wow, very cool, Sarah. You came in at exactly the right time then, didn't you? Quite the synchronicities. You're quite welcome, Tammy Bambi. I knew you'd be listening. All right, so Aquarius, let's see about your card for Thursday, August the 30th. Bada bang, bada bing. You guys have the High Priestess. I think Libra got the High Priestess or something very similar just yesterday. Anyway, the High Priestess just says that you are going to be making some decisions based on feelings, based on how you feel about them, and not just superficial feelings, but deep gut instinct type feelings. Okay, you can trust those gut instincts, Aquarius. I know you're used to normally thinking things through and making decisions logically, but when you're in tune with those gut feelings, they won't lead you wrong either. I have a feeling for some of you, this is going to be a new experience. Not for all of you. A little bit scary, but way good. All right, so let's move on to Pisces. Won't it be nice when my chat comes back and I can see it again? Pisces, Pisces. For Thursday, August the 30th. Okay, so Pisces, the card that you guys have showing up. Very nice. You've got the Two of Cups. Two of Cups is telling me that you have some kind of new interest, whether it's a relationship or a person, or whether it's a new project, a new hobby. There's something that you have a new interest in, and it's something that you're enjoying. So if it's a person, you're enjoying their company. If it's a project or a hobby, you're enjoying, participating in it or building it or whatever. So something new that's coming in that you are just really enjoying. It's a really good card no matter how you slice it or no matter what area of your life it shows up in. It's still a good card, Pisces. Glad to see that for you. And there's my chat back just in time. Justine Smith, hello, hello. Glad you're here, my dear. Lori Millington, hello. Wow, that's kind of a big deal, Lori. If you want to do a reading to see if that's the best thing for you, then we can always do that. Check out my website. All my contact information is there. And we can do a reading to see, just to verify that that's really the best idea for you. Sounds like you may have already made up your mind, though. Anyway, thank you everybody for stopping by and for keeping me on my toes. I really do appreciate it. Everyone, thank you also for sharing, for liking, for subscribing. I appreciate all your support. Those of you who have booked readings with me in the past and those of you who will, thank you, thank you, thank you. And everybody have a fantastic day. I'll see y'all on the next video. Peace out.